Okay, welcome back. This is part two. I'm talking about the Peavey Cyber Bass. Just as we left off, I was telling you about the care that you want to do when you're using this particular bass, as far as for making sure that the maintenance of it is real good so that it will play accurate for you all the time. I mentioned that you use a product that's called Scotch-Brite. Scotch-Brite is kind of like a plastic steel wool. People use it for cleaning their pots and pans, like I said earlier. It's off your hands like when you're playing. Sometimes if you might sweat, if your hands are not actually clean or whatever, then what it's going to do is it's going to be constantly making little deposits on the strings that you can't really see, but it actually hinders the contact from being as note on and note off as it should be. So that's one thing that you want to do on that one. Again, like I said, using clean strings or brand new strings or whatever, it's going to make the bass sound more twangy, and also it's also going to make it accurate even more so. The history behind this bass is that it was made by, from what I'm told, there was a maker out of Holland, I believe, that made this particular prototype. And Peavey Electronics looked at it. Hartley Peavey is one of the most innovative people in the music market today, and has been for a long time. If you know anything about Peavey Electronics and Peavey amplifiers, as I remember back in the 70s, we used to, because it was a lower price amplifier that you could buy, we liked the sound of them, but we used to pull the name off of it because it was kind of like embarrassing to have Peavey Electronics, Peavey equipment on the stage in the early days, because it was a new and upcoming company. But Peavey over the years has just constantly redesigned the mousetrap and been very effective and very successful at being one of the most innovative music companies in the world. And this is actually one of their key pieces that, unfortunately, even the guy that made the instrument, was awesome. The guy that accepted the product for Hartley Peavey, he was awesome. The techs that actually put together this product jumped ship about mid-term. So somewhere towards the first couple of years of production of this bass guitar, those techs were no longer working at Peavey Electronics. And so they had 2 or 3 different products. They had this product, and they also had a keyboard product or whatever, and they just kind of abandoned that. And some of the code that they were writing at the time was proprietary. All of it was proprietary, and there were not a lot of people who were hired to go on, to kind of pick up where they left off. So these products were just kind of shelved. And also because of the fact that this bass was a $2,500 package. You had to buy this bass with the modules, and it was a like what's called a MIDI converter module. There's a single rack bass, and then also a separate sound module. And the package was $2,500. Now at that time, and even now, most bass players are not used to spending $2,500, close to $3,000 just for a bass guitar. And also, when it had such a thick manual that went with it, there was a lot to learn in order to how to do it. So, bass players have kind of like been at the back of the boat as far as the technology goes. A lot of keyboard players are really up on MIDI and MIDI note numbers and polyphony and